to the Bears Baseball Network. We have our fall award show here today. A ton to talk about, so we're going to go ahead and dive right into it. We have so many awards to talk about. We're going to have to be pretty quick through these, and we're going to do a little bit different. Instead of going per award, we're going to go per age group. So we're going to start with our youth awards, starting with our youth MVP. He won it in September. He wins it for the full fall season. Diego Buccio, who just set the world on fire all fall long, had the number one youth OPS of all of our youth players. He was dominant. I mean, really crushed the ball all season. Hit for a very high average, well over 600, and did with the power as well. KJ, our youth MVP, Diego Buccio, tell me about what your thoughts on his MVP season.
Diego really put it all together in the fall. We kind of talked about how his spring was. It was a little bit inconsistent. Sometimes you get these crazy bad at-bats that, he'd swing a pitch over his head, he'd swing a curveball in the dirt, and I think all that got eliminated in the fall really quickly. And, everything he hits is hard, man, and it just shows how important extra velocity is because this guy hits the ball the hardest. And, guys don't want to even feel that he hits them so hard and the balls get through. So he had a monster fall.
Yeah, really cut down on his strikeout rate as well and was just making a ton of solid contact. Moving on to our Youth Cy Young Award, it is Lucas Velchek who put it all together this fall. I've mentioned it before, but if you take away April, the numbers that Lucas Velchek put up the rest of the season was absolutely disgusting. It was tough for him to win that Summer Cy Young Award because of April, but this fall with a clean slate, he was the best youth pitcher. Bernie, looking at this guy, Lucas Velchek, got the velo. He's actually started to develop some off-speed, and the control was, I think, a lot better than it was early in the season. Give me your thoughts on Lucas Velchek's Cy Young campaign.
Yeah, I think easily, if he's in the strike zone, he is the hardest pitcher to hit in the Bears. From a pure stuff standpoint, the angle he throws from, how hard he can throw, and like you said, the off-speed, especially, it seems like since he moved back to 60 feet this fall, the off-speed's actually gotten better. It has more time to break, and it's gotten better and better. I think that, again, like I said, this guy's in the zone. He's the hardest pitcher to hit in the Bears.
Yeah, an absolutely dominant season. Very few guys were able to hit him hard. I've said this stat before. He had more hit by pitches this year than he had hits allowed. An absolutely crazy stat. Lucas Velchek, a dominant season. Moving on to the Youth Platinum Glove Award, it is Cale Taylor. Again, by default, you look at shortstop for this Platinum Glove Award. This guy was the best shortstop in the youth. Cale Taylor, he went from one of those guys who could make the big play, but was questionable at the routine ones, to now he just makes every play and makes some shocking plays on defense as well. Bernie, this is your shortstop. How good was he for you this fall, and what do you think of him winning the Platinum Glove Award here for the youth season?
Yeah, obviously, he was great out there. I think he only had like 5 errors when that all fall was well above a 90% fielding percentage. And like you said, it was at a point now where every ball get hit to him. You expect the play to be made, right? Especially at like the 12U. Sometimes defense can be a little sketchy. Cale was automatic, and those big plays that he used to make, he still made them. He made them all the time now, and those routine plays. So he was great.
Yeah, again, shortstop is the place you go for a Platinum Glove. Cale Taylor certainly was a Platinum Glove this fall. Moving on to the Rookie of the Year award, a ton of different guys who I thought had really good rookie campaigns, and you see the top 5 there on your screen. But let's talk about the winner of the Rookie of the Year, Jack Kester. This guy came onto a varsity team, immediately made an impact. KJ, Jack Kester, one of the best rookie campaigns really in the history of the BBN. You look at what Willard did, his rookie fall was obviously great. Nifri Kabarkis as well was obviously great in his rookie fall. And Jack Kester really adding to it again. Give me your thoughts on Jack Kester being our Rookie of the Year this fall.
Yeah, with how stacked his rookie class was, Jack definitely stood out. The power numbers are already there. The free swing kind of approach, usually we have to build into guys, and Jack came with it. He came with that approach pretty early and bought in pretty early. So he had a monster year, and he's definitely deserving of the Rookie of the Year.
Yeah, very, very impressive season for Jack Kester, and just a question of what kind of numbers can he put up next season. He could have been in the MVP race as well. He was that good, so very, very impressive. Moving into our major high school awards, let's start with the high school MVP, and this one came down to the last weekend. I think it was a neck-and-neck race until the last weekend, and in Mac's final 2 at-bats, he hit 2 home runs to really set him over the top, and Mac Floyd is our high school MVP. This guy, Obviously, he does it with the arm and the glove as well. He's always been known as a great hitter, but this fall he was the best hitter on this team. Bernie, looking at this guy, Mac Floyd, obviously what he did with the power, I think, was really, really impressive down the stretch. You know, I think that's kind of where Brendan's always had the edge, but Mac was able to catch up on those home runs as well toward the end. Give me your thoughts on Mac Floyd's MVP season.
Yeah, I've been on record saying many of times that I think Mac's the best high school player we got. And like you said, the one knock maybe that, Brendan was way above him was Brendan hits a lot more home runs. And it seems like this fall, Mac, not only did he never strike out at the plate, hit a bunch of doubles, hit a bunch of triples, he also, I don't know if he matched Brendan quite, but he was very close to the home run race with Brendan as well.
Yeah, Mac really showed off with the power as well, so a very, very impressive MVP season for Mac Floyd. Moving on to our high school Cy Young Award. I'll tell you what, of all the major awards, this was by far the toughest to call. It seems like you can make a case for 5 or even 6 different guys. I thought they all had a case, but I decided to go ahead and go with Logan Eckert. He had the number 1 innings pitched of all of our high school pitchers. He had the number 1 strikeouts of all of our high school pitchers and had a sub 2.7 ERA. This guy, he's a multi-time Cy Young Award winner for a reason, and I think the volume that he was able to do it with really set him above kind of every other pitcher. If you look at the rest of the top 5, nobody has within 7 innings of Logan Eckert's innings pitched, and I think that does really matter, so I thought it edged him over everybody else. KJ, a lot of guys could have won this award, but give me your thoughts on Logan Eckert being our high school Cy Young.
Yeah, I think it just goes back to the importance of being able to throw strikes. And, he's got a really good defense over there on his team, and he trusted them, fully. The guy just pumps strikes. And if you watch him, he's not getting hit hard, man. He really isn't. He locates really well, and even at that age, man, as important it is, it's always important to throw strikes, and Logan does a great job of that.
Yeah, and not only was he able to limit the walks, but he also had a high K total as well, which kind of bumps him into that ace category. Again, guys like Adam Tobias, Jack Dalton, who I think statistically had better seasons. I think you look at 18 fewer innings, I thought Logan had a little bit of the edge. And then other guys with very, very good seasons. That was the toughest award by far to call, in my opinion. Moving on to our Platinum Glove Award for our high school teams. Again, I think there's only one answer here. This guy had 2 errors all fall long from the shortstop position. That's unheard of. Tegan Kreitler is our Platinum Glove. Bernie, I do think he kind of, he errs toward more of the makes a lot of routine plays more than he makes the crazy play. But when you're just as automatic as Tegan Kreitler is, I think it's an easy call. Give me your thoughts on Tegan Kreitler being our high school Platinum Glove.
Yeah, it must be nice, for, Ike up there, to have a player like Tegan because, with only 2 errors, his field percentage was probably, I haven't looked at it, probably 96%.
It's 98.
98%, right? The ball gets hit there and you're not even, you don't have to look at the play because you just know it's going to be made, right? It's just that easy for him. It's great to have a guy like that, especially your shortstop to be like that for Dalton.
Yeah, incredible season for Tegan Kreitler as well. Let's move into some of our other awards, starting with our first team Fall All-Americans. A long list here. We are not going to have enough time to talk about all these guys, but we will talk about them on BBN After Dark next week, so be sure to tune in to that one. KJ, starting with you here, we got a long list of players. Give me the one guy who's maybe a surprise for you making it here on the first team All-American list.
I'll go with Cam Bernstein, the pitcher. Going into the fall, you didn't know what you were going to get out of Cam. Pitching wise, he was new to pitching, and he pitched a little bit in the spring, but, he really got flung into a big role coming into the fall, and to say he excelled might be an understatement. The guy was second in Cy Young in the youth, and he was just dominant, and he bought in so quickly and was good so quickly. So if you told me Cam was going to be first team All-American for his pitching, I don't know if I would have believed you this early.
Yeah, very, very impressive season from Cam Bernstein. Congratulations to all of the first team All-Americans. Moving on to our second team All-Americans. Bernie, I'm going to give you a chance here. A lot of fun names. Obviously, you got kind of the middle tier of players on the top teams, and then you got some superstar players on the lower level teams. So a lot of different guys here. Bernie, in your opinion, which of these guys is the most likely to be a first team All-American player going into next spring and summer?
Most likely to be a first-team All-American. I'm going to go, I think this is, an answer that people expect me to give at least. I'm going to go with Rudy Montenegro Langley. A lot of hype around this kid. This kid got better and better as the fall went on. The body's already there. I think that, the more at bats, especially in Winter League, he was the second, 12 kid taken off the board. He was taken in the 5th round, I believe. Very high praise. I know all three of us like him. I think next year he could be a legit, top 2 or 3 hitter on my squad.
Yeah, 100%. Certainly a very, very nice season here for second-team All-American. Moving into our all-rookie team here for the fall, a ton of fun names on this list. Bernie, I'm actually going to throw this one back to you. In terms of the all-rookie team, obviously you got a ton of names we've already talked about, but maybe some of the names we haven't talked about, which of those guys was maybe the most exciting for you to be on this all-rookie team? Somebody we haven't really talked about on BBN.
Most exciting? I'll go with a player I've liked a lot, 16U I think a lot, Cole Miller. I don't think we've talked about him too much. I've said before, you look at this kid looks like a great baseball player. I think he is a elite hitter. Good defender at short, could be better. I think he will get better there. But I think this kid, you could see this guy being on Dalton next season and making a big impact for them.
Yeah, I think that's a great call. Definitely a very exciting player so far. Moving on to more of our minor awards, starting with the hitting prospect of the year for the fall. This guy was also our hitting prospect of the year for the summer, so a 2-time winner here of the hitting prospect of the year award. It is Kobe Kennedy, who had another monster season. KJ, I know you just love this guy. Did get his chance with 15U Floyd this last weekend. Give me your thoughts on Kobe Kennedy being a 2-time winner of the hitting prospect of the year award.
Yeah, I think this is going to be the last time we're going to see him on hitting prospect because I think he's going to be on top team coming the spring. I think he's just going to force Rob's hand because this guy all he does is hit, and he's hitting for power. He's hitting big shots, man. That we didn't expect from him, and he's so great with the bat. But what he also does is underrated. He's great with the glove. He really is, and I know Rob definitely values a good fielding first baseman, and Kobe is really good at first base, and he's going to fit well into that Floyd lineup if he gets a shot.
Yeah, 100%. I think the bat definitely is no question, and I think the glove has if there was a question, it's been answered, so very, very impressive. Moving on to our pitching prospect of the year for the fall season. This is a guy who, Bernie, I know you've liked for a long time. Really felt like he had his breakout season here this fall. Lucas Perry was our pitching prospect of the year for the fall. Give me your thoughts on Lucas Perry's fall season.
Yeah, it's a guy that's been in precision for a very long time. We talked about him a lot on the show. And then once I started going to 50 practice, I like this kid even more, just seeing the way he works. I think he's a very hard worker. I'll give Elliot a lot of credit. He's been working with Lucas a lot lately. He's kind of been the reason, I think, for this big Lucas breakout fall. As the fall went on, it seems like we talked about Lucas more and more and more. And, he deserves to win the top pitching prospect of the year award.
Yeah, a ton of fun names as well that could have won that award as well, but I thought Lucas Perry definitely was the kind of breakout candidate there. Our final award here is the Most Improved Player Award. This award I always love to give because this is what the Bears are all about. And, ZZ Garcia has won this award before. Don Palucci has won this award before. Joey Burgess has won this award before. But another guy to add to that, Garrett Knight, I think, was the obvious person here, the most improved player for the fall season. KJ, this is a guy who I know you can't say enough about, so give me your thoughts on the Most Improved Player Award winner, Garrett Knight.
Garrett showed highlights in the spring with the bottom team, but, he was never really great. And, what's crazy is he wasn't – you can make an argument he wasn't even the best player on the bottom team in the spring. And, he comes to the top team in the fall, and he turns into one of the best players on the top team, playing a tougher schedule, facing better pitchers, and he got way better. It's just a testament to how hard this guy's worked, and he's definitely earned – being the most improved player, and he earned it here, not on the field necessarily. He was great in the fall, but he earned it really in practice, man. He really turned up in practice. He's obviously in free swing multiple times. This guy's a beast, man. I'm excited to see, after a long winter, how good he's going to be in the spring.
Yeah, another guy that I think you could have said could be a first-team All-American next spring. That's going to do it here for our fall award show. Again, we're going to talk a little bit more in depth about all these players on BBN After Dark on Tuesday. And as well, make sure if you didn't already, go and check out the BWL drafts that took place on Halloween. Definitely go and check those out if you haven't already. But we've got one more thing. It's been a long, long season, and we've got one more of your favorite segment. Finally, for the last time in 2023, it's Hackin Time.
The money turn me to a monster. The money turn my noodles into pasta. The money turn me tuna into lobster. They wanna do me, I'ma know it like a a monster.
4 a.m. I'm on the north side of Philly. Riding around like these haters don't wanna kill me. It's a shame how they hate on me. You gotta feel me. I started out with $1 and got $1 million. Like, do it for the gram. Do it for the gram. She don't wanna bust it. I say, do it for them bands, yo. I say, do it for them bands. Fucking with that broke nigga. You should do it for your man. Lately, I've been on the low with a hoe that you probably know. Took it to the crib and met mama right at the door. Mama started smiling like, mama, I gotta go. I done took so many trophies to mama. My mama know it's on the real. I get that money, pay them bills. My mama tell me you a real. And I be hanging with them real killers. Now what a feeling when you're looking at the latest whipping on, you can cop it. Or looking at the baddest bitch and knowing you can pop it. The youngest in my city doing